Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're actually going to be taking a look at some GEC knives, that's Great Eastern Cutlery. Now I don't really show these off on the channel and I don't know why. I have gone up to maybe about 10 at my max, but got it to a point now where I've got 5 that I really like and I sort of seem to teeter around the 5-6 mark. But as you know, 5 knives is a sub-collection, so we're going to be doing my Great Eastern Cutlery sub-collection. They're not going to be any particular order. Some are very special, some are fantastic users, but none of these are pristine. I don't have any safe queens at all at this moment. I'm happy to use everything in my collection, and you'll notice on these there's different points of wear, covered in patina, or they're just absolutely filthy. But we'll get right into it, and this is actually my latest one, and this is the number 15 spear point in ebony, and this is absolutely fantastic knife. Now it does come with the bail and the shackle, and I picked this up on the secondary market, and the original owner did remove the bail and shackle, and I think it's much better without it. It makes it a lot more pocketable. Now I have had thoughts of maybe recovering this myself just so we don't have these 2 holes and you can see right through the knife here, but I mean, I love the ebony. I think is it Gabon ebony, I think it is, but it's absolutely pitch black with beautiful grain in it. We have stainless steel bolsters and pins, stainless steel liners, and then a 1095 carbon steel spear point blade. And this is the one actually in my pocket today. It gets a lot of use. It's a brilliant knife. Cutlery, made in the USA. GEC, CAR for carbon steel. Now you can see we have 15, that's the pattern. 2 is the main blade, what it is. 1 is the amount of blades, and then 18 is the year of manufacturer. So we've got 15 spear point, 1 blade, 2018. But all these knives, the fit and finish is absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you're all aware of the quality that GEC knock these knives out at. Absolutely fantastic. Now the number 15, also known as the boy's knife, is pretty much in the Goldilocks zone for me in terms of the close length, which is about 3.5 inches. That is, blade length is 2 3/4 with a cutting edge of 2.5. For me, this is the quintessential UK friendly knife. I love the spear point. It's the main reason I love the Arthur Wright and Son spear points. They're roughly about the same size. This being a little bit more slender and a bit more gentlemanly, just over the overall aesthetics. But that is the number 15. Of course, 1095 carbon takes a wicked patina, so you get that sort of rainbow effect coming through. So there's the first one. Next up is the only 2-bladed one I have, and this is the White Owl, and the pattern number for this is 68. But this is in the jigged bone. You get the White Owl on the bar shield here, equal-ended penknife pretty much. We got the lined and pinched bolsters. This one has brass liners and a carbon steel back spring, and again you can see that jigged bone on the back there, brass pins holding that, and then nickel silver either end. And this is an equal-ended jack, so you have pen blades, well, your blades from either end. Secondary blade being this beautiful little pen blade. You can see on the tang there you've got GEC carbon and then nothing on the back, but the snap is beautiful for that. See that there? Absolutely fantastic. Nice edge on these as well. Blades are scratched and used because I just love using these knives. They're absolutely fantastic. And the main clip point blade, this has been patinaed, cleaned off in that sort of continual sort of process. But this one was a Northfield unXL'd Tewsville PA. And then on the back, again, we have the model number, which is the 68 pattern. Clip point main blade, 2 for 2 blades, and this is a 2021. Now, all of these have come with the tube. Some come with the little buttons as well, but not all of them. But this, again, is another fantastic size knife for a GEC. I really do prefer the smaller ones. I don't know particularly what that is, but 3.5, again, 3.5 inches. Main blade, just shy of 2.5. Cutting 2 1/4, and then that pen blade obviously going to be quite a lot smaller. So that's 1 2 3 4 5/8, 1 5/8, and then just shy of 1 1/2. Beautiful action, nicely centered blades as well. Not noticed any rub between the blades, only really push rub, and that's just from me being lazy and just opening it and pushing the blade back rather than lifting it straight up. So self-inflicted. Beautiful long pull and swedge on there as well. See how comfortable that is in the hand. Even with the secondary blade sticking up here, you cannot feel that. Now with the clip blade in there, you can, but you're obviously not going to be hard using a pen blade, so that's absolutely fantastic. Next up was actually my first ever GEC, and I bought this from Stephen over at Paddy's Potato Peelers, and it's a very sentimental one for me because I bought it with some of the last money my grandfather gave me before he sort of passed. But you can see this is in abalone. Look at the colours that produces. And we've got the cloud shield, brass pins here, nickel silver pinched and lined bolsters either end. And this is the 38 special, so sort of the whittler frame, or the seahorse sort of shaped whittler, but it's only a single blade, hence the special. And you can see that blade is pretty much right down the middle if I can get it to focus. There we go. Beautiful brass liners and carbon steel springs. And again, that abalone on the back, absolutely beautiful as it is on the front. Nice pull on this one, about 6.5. Again, would have had, well, you can just about see the Northfield unexcelled blade etch, which has been cleaned off, used, same as all my carbon steel. Northfield unexcelled, made in the USA. And you have 38, one being the main clip point blade, one blade, and this was a 2017. But this has a beautiful California clip, so they call it that because it's the shape of California if you hold it this sort of direction. But again, one I didn't think would be very comfortable, but it really is comfortable in the hand. You sort of, the smaller back fingers really grip the thin part of the knife, and then you can get a good purchase on that. And this is my sort of smart carry knife. Although, yeah, the blade's patinaed and dirty, purely for that is why it's a smart carry. Look at the abalone on that. It's just beautiful. I love the colours that come through. Nice snap. Beautiful action. There is a slight bit of swedging at the top here on the way down. You can see there's a bit of pepper spotting on there, but it's a user, so it's fine. Again, another beautiful one. And then the fourth one I'm going to show you is actually their Sodbuster. This is the 71 pattern. I got this in a trade very recently with Mikey Newman. I've been after one for a very long time, and he had two, so he very graciously traded with me for a couple of bits. You can see this is part of the Farm and Field with the F&F USA there. You get a bail at the bottom. I've just put a bit of leather cord through. It just makes more sense having one. Brass pin there, which I didn't really understand, considering it's got steel liners and a carbon steel back spring. Beautiful sort of OD green linen micarta. And then this wonderful Sodbuster blade. And look at that. Farm and Field tool. And then GEC carbon. 71, 5 in the blade shape, which is the Sodbuster. One blade and a 2021. And there was an etch on here. It did say, there you can see it there. Bull nose, and then there's a bull in the middle there. But you can see with the patina, you can't really see that. But again, this is one of my favourite Sodbusters. I've got many that I really like. I've got a case, the red synthetic, beautiful. An Ashley Harrison Britbuster, again, another fantastic Sodbuster. But this one's coming in at nearly 3 3/4 inches. It's about right, isn't it? Yeah, 3 3/4. Blade length of, it pretty much bang on that 3 inches. And then a cutting length of 7/8, 2 7/8, just about. But yeah, beautiful knife. This one has a half stop and very snappy action. It's about a 7 on the pull. Absolutely wonderful. Again, 1095 carbon. Beautiful action. Nice razor sharp carbon steel. And then finally, one that I've left till the end because it's my Barlow. This is the Tom's Choice Sawyers Barlow. So Tom Sawyers Barlow, beautiful peach seed jig with that autumn bone peach seed. I'm pretty sure it's called autumn bone. I was after one of these for a very long time. Mark over at Congi's Knife Sales had one, and I picked it up because I just had to have it. Sawyers Barlow, my surname is Sawyer, made sense. And this has a beautiful clip point blade. Again, Tidute Cutlery, and this is the number 15 pattern, clip main blade, one blade, and a 2016. Look at the bone on that though, jigging, nickel silver pins, steel liners, stamped bolsters with the TC, none of this etching nonsense, lined bolsters as well, fit and finish to die for. It's hard for me to pick a favourite out of all of these, but this one is my favourite for sentimental reasons, this one's my favourite to use, this one's my favourite because it's got my name on it, this one's my favourite because it's wood, and this one's my favourite because it's jig bone. I have 5 favourites, I just love them all. But yeah, that's my sort of, modest isn't really the right term, that's my little GEC collection. I love the knives, I pick them up when they're the right price, I won't overpay for them. I'm only really willing to go up to what they sell for before they get into secondary market, but some of the prices do go for silly money. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and hit that thumbs bell, and you'll be notified of new videos when they drop. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.